This is a walkthrough on tips for building the solutions handling rollover jig rotisserie, which I built to accommodate my Triumph GT6, which I'm in the process of rebuilding. It's only a short tub, so I don't need the full length of the rotisserie. And on the GT6, incidentally, I'm putting a 1.8 Mazda MX-5 engine into it to bring it into the 21st century, as well as a modified rear end, which is also MX-5, in order to stop the rear end kicking out when I'm putting 250 to 280 brake horse into it. Right, let's start at the bottom. Put the casters on first. Lots of washers. They'll fall over a lot while you're trying to do it, so try doing it on its side. This crossbar, which separates or forms the bottom part of the triangle, don't be tempted to tighten these bolts up tight initially. Leave them loose, because you're going to need to move the two sides of the casters apart while you're fitting the triangulation bit. With that triangulation bit, it's important to note, which took me a while to discover, that on the bar that holds the thing together, on one side it's fitted on the outside, on the other side it's fitted on the inside. Moving up to the business part, the bit that swivels, it's important to get that central spindle the right way round. The nut goes on this end, the head of the bolt goes at that end. If you don't do that, you won't have the clearance to put the self-loader, which is that bit, onto that bar. It's also important you find those two nuts, which are the only two nuts of that size, again to give you the necessary clearance within here. When putting the rotating lock, this is the locking pin for the rotator, which goes in there. Do not be tempted to put washers inside here, otherwise this piece will end up being bent, because it has to be flat against the top of the jig. Same on the other side, except for the fact that you haven't got the rotating piece, so you're missing two of the screws, bolts that would go here and here to hold that rotating piece on. But again, with the central spindle, the nut has to go on the outside. The self-leveler, which is the two pieces that are joined by that screw thread rod, that lifts the car into position. The two bars down here, that bar there and that bar there, are made fast to the car. In the case of mine, one end goes to the bumper bars at the rear and the front. I'm not quite sure where, but I'm sure I'll find somewhere to make an attachment. Once those are on, you bring the jig into position, put the bar on that loader, and then start screwing it up from underneath, and it starts rising the car to the extent where these two lugs here, there, and there's the same on the other side, are made fast to this piece here. That then supports the car, and you can rotate it once it's balanced. Now, my car is, or my tub is about 2.7 meters long. You've got a huge center section there to be able to put into the middle. That's to accommodate a car that's 4 meters long. So obviously I'm going to, when I bring it together, I'm going to put that central bar in, attaching each end. This will attach to here, and the same on the other end, and I'll merely push that central bar out and also out on the other side till I've got the right size. I might even cut some off because otherwise I won't have room in my garage. And that's basically it. The diagrams that come in the instructions unfortunately are a bit dark, so you can't really see a great deal of detail, which is why I thought I'd do this video. And also the kit is virtually black, so it doesn't show up well unless you're in sunlight. So looking once again here, that's what you're looking for. The self-loader going down, the central spine, the other end with the rotator pin, which will hold the car into position. And that's basically it.